if you're planning a wedding, make sure you watch this video. What's up, you guys? How you guys all doing today? And welcome back to another video. Well, you guys probably have seen the video we did on our couples channel. I'm going to link here, where we talked about how we planned the wedding in 4 weeks. And I got a couple of comments from people asking me how it was actually possible to plan a Nigerian wedding in 4 weeks. And I completely understand and I relate to them, because Nigerian weddings are like concerts and carnivals. Like, you see weddings of like 2,000 people. You don't know up to 100 of them. You sit on a big stage like a puppet, and you're just like the entertainment for everybody. I hate big weddings. I despise big weddings. Like, give me a maximum of 250, but anything like 400, 600, 1,000 people, why? Anyways, without further ado, I forgot to introduce myself. What's up, you guys? My name is Ndatse, and I make lifestyle content, and also I discuss a lot of social issues on my channel. If you're a returning member of the Ndatse gang, what the hell am I calling you guys Ndatse gang? That's so cheesy. You're welcome. Happy New Year again, guys. And if this is your first time watching any of my videos, you guys are gonna have fun. This is a fun channel. Today I'm going to be first talking about how I actually planned my wedding in 4 weeks. Listen, don't let any Nigerian auntie or Nigerian parent tell you it's not possible to plan your wedding in 4 weeks. You need at least 1 year. Why would I spend a year of my life planning 1 day? Like, please, I get it. People usually say, oh, it's 1 day of your life. It's literally one special day of your life. It's probably not going to ever occur again. But at the same time, why would I dedicate 1 year of my life to planning the wedding? Please, it's just overrated. You know how Steve Jobs said, if you want the best way to do the job, use a lazy person to do it, because a lazy person is going to find the fastest, quickest way to do the job. That's me. I am the lazy person. Anywho, this Belusis. So I got so many questions about how to plan your wedding in 4 weeks, and I decided to write some notes and give you guys tips. Because see, even if you're not planning a wedding, I'm sure you know somebody that's planning a wedding. Share to all your friends, share to everybody you know, basically, even your enemies. The very first thing I'm going to tell you guys is that you should make decisions quickly. Listen, you don't have time to be indecisive, of course, except maybe about your dress, your makeup, your hair, your photographer and your videographer, because those ones is going to last forever. People will eat food and go, people will see decoration and go, but your pictures, your videos are going to last forever. Those things are important. But when it comes to, like, you know, picking a location, picking your caterer, picking your decorator, I didn't waste too much time. I think in like 2 days I had already chosen the vendor I want. My sister, okay, my brother's wedding was 2 weeks before mine, so she had recommended some vendors. I didn't use all of our vendors, but the ones I didn't want to use, I went on Instagram and I was searching. I narrowed it down to like 3 vendors in each category. Like for the decorator now, I narrowed it down to 3 vendors, 3 potential vendors I was going to use. I started chatting with them, and I went with the one that I vibed the most with, like the one my spirit felt the most comfortable with. That's who I ended up going with at the end of the day. I narrowed them down due to our budget, and I just picked from them the ones I vibed with the most. I had never met these people. Listen, I was planning a wedding that was going to take place with you all the way from Lagos, and I was still working. I still had my 9 to 5. We were still creating content. We still had busy lives. It's not like when they said, oh, your wedding is on so days, I immediately flew to Uyo to stay there, to meet with vendors, to make sure everything goes well. None of that happened. I planned that wedding from a distance, so you can do it too. Trust me. See, I'm a Christian. Ask the Holy Spirit for peace when you're choosing your vendor. Just say, this vendor I want to use. God, please, I don't want stress in this wedding. I need you to give me a vendor that is on point, that will not stress me out, that will deliver, that won't have to chase, that won't run with my money. So many other things. You should use people you trust for your peace of mind. So there's some people that you probably already have heard of, or other people have recommended highly, because it helps you take off a huge chunk of mental stress. However, I'm still going to default to point 1. Go with what your spirit chooses, because like one of our vendors, he has a very bad reputation of not delivering his work. Like, my sister interviewed him and my dad interviewed him. I wasn't around, and they were like, oh, that they heard some rumors about me, Uyo. So I immediately called him. I'm like, okay, I'm hearing some things about you that I can't pretend like I'm not hearing. What happened? And then he's just like, no, it's life happens. Like, oh. My spirit was okay with him, so I still went with him anyways, and I am so happy I did. Like, I have no regrets using that vendor. Once you have that peace about a vendor, go with them. Just go with them. This is another point. So like the people who made my bridesmaids outfits, one of them is my friend Eromon. She made the bridesmaids outfits for the white wedding. What I just did was once we had settled on the style, once I had created a WhatsApp group for all of them, I settled on the color, the style, and the kind of fabric. I was particular about the kind of fabric I wanted her to use, although it didn't really go as I thought, but everything was fine. So once all of those things were sorted, I never went back to message her and say, oh, how far? Are you done with the dresses? Have you made the dresses? She was even one of my bridesmaids. Like, I never disturbed any of my vendors. Once I paid a deposit, that's the end of the communication between me and you, until, except if it's something really important that I need to tell you, or maybe you're asking me a question. See, most of my vendors, it was so ridiculous to them. They're just like, but why are you so calm? The girl that made my bridesmaid's traditional outfit, she was just like, you haven't called me once to say where are my dresses. That, like, I haven't. She was like, you haven't put one single pressure on me to say how far have you made the dresses, are they ready? I'm just like, I've paid you and I trust that you're going to deliver on the work. So why would I give myself that extra level of stress? So please go with people that when you give them your work, that if you already know them, when you give them your work, you can go and sleep and know that this person will deliver. Other than that, even if you don't know them before, just go with the person that your spirit chooses so that you will give them your work and still sleep. See, that thing is important for your peace of mind. Once I chose a vendor, that was it. Like, I never went back to message them like, oh, how far? Are you done? Have you made this? Have you bought this? Have you gotten the fabric? What color is it? Are you going to the market? What's my business? In fact, the person that made all my traditional outfits, the person that made my wedding dress, actually, she was just like, if she doesn't message me, I won't message her. Once she just messages me, oh, I'm going to the market to buy the fabric, I need so amount. If I have it at that moment, I'll send it to her. I'll be like, okay, wait till next week, and then I'll send her the money. But that was it. Like, I never message. If she doesn't message me, I won't message her. Once we decided on the style we wanted, on the colors of the day, that was it. I sent her my measurement, that was it. So I'm sure I was like a very unusual bride to people, and that's because personally I don't like mental stress. I hate people micromanaging me, and I'm not going to micromanage other people as well. If you want to plan things quicker, sort your stuff and sort out the stuff for your bridal train. Don't worry about the groomsmen and what the groom is doing. As far as they know the color, they know where they're supposed to be at what time. You're like, see, don't worry about their logistics, like, oh, what flights are they going to use, what hotel are they going to stay. Obviously you ask those questions out of concern. Like, I was always asking, say, okay, where are they staying, when are they coming in, what about their cabs and all of those things, but out of concern, not because I was going to plan it. Do you get? So sort your own self out, focus on yourself, and let the groom focus on himself as well. Let him handle his own end of the business. Have money to deposit. Even if you don't have everything on your wedding budget at one go, just be sure that you have money to deposit, because once you find that vendor you want, that vendor that your spirit is going with, you're going to want to block those dates immediately. You're not going to want to waste time. Trust me, the last thing you want is a vendor that will tell you, oh, you didn't pay me on time, so that date is already gone. You will cry like, imagine after going to like 30 vendors and you now eventually get one, and then because you don't pay on time, you now lose them. You have to do that process all over again. You will cry, as in you will shed severe tears. So I'm telling you guys in advance, just to avoid that one, deposit for your vendors as soon as your spirit is okay with them. Oh my god, this is so important. This is extremely important. Another one is to have a mood board. So one thing I did for the things that I know I was particular about, I wanted to have pictures and videos, because those are going to last like almost a lifetime. I wanted to have pictures and videos that I would always look back on and be like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. So I created a mood board. It was very easy for me to conclude with them on what I wanted to see come to life on that day, because I had a mood board that had the decorations I wanted, the theme I wanted, the kind of cake I wanted. I knew exactly how I wanted my wedding gown to look. This doesn't mean that you wouldn't like bounce off ideas with your vendors, because at the end of the day, they know better than you what is going to work on that day and what's going to work with your budget. Like with my decorator, when I sent him my mood board, it's like, this, your mood board is decoration of like 1.5 million naira, but I'll give you something similar. At least it shows me what you want to see on that day, so I'll do it for you. Another one is, oh my god, I feel like I have so many valid points in this video. Another very important one is, don't have too many opinions. Some people, when they are planning weddings, I always feel so sorry for them, because their father is saying, don't use this vendor, use this other vendor. Their mother is saying, no, we're not going to eat blue cake, we're going to eat pink cake. Their sister is saying, no, don't wear white, wear grey. The husband's people are saying, no, we don't want to use Lagos, we want to use Dubai. So much confusion. It delays the decision-making process. It just makes everything a whole mess. So mentally stressful. I'm just talking my case, because my parents let us do whatever we wanted to do. Like, they didn't involve themselves in choosing the vendors, choosing the location. The only location my dad chose was where we were going to have the traditional wedding. That was it. That's the only thing. And imagine so many other decisions we had to make in terms of color, what to wear, which live band will play, which DJ will come, who will do your makeup. My parents just let us be like, we just did anything we wanted to do. If I say, I'll just be like, oh, daddy, this vendor, do you have time to meet with him? Yes or no? If yes, fine. If no, it's also fine. So don't have too many opinions. Even forget about family now, also friends. Sometimes friends would want to pressure you. Oh, use this person because they'll post you on Bella Niger weddings, or use that person, your pictures will go viral, or use this person, she'll post you on her this thing, or use this person. You're the one that knows what you want, you know your budget, you know how you've envisaged that day to be. So please, cancel the noise from your head. Don't have too many opinions. Do what makes you happy. Oh my god, this one is so important. So the week or 2 weeks to your wedding, ours was the week before because we planned our wedding in just 4 weeks. So the week before your wedding, assign duties, start to delegate. The Monday of our wedding, I dropped a list for them. I was like, Harry, you're in charge of hotel and logistics. Bumi, you're in charge of accessories. Irene, you're in charge of this. You're in charge. So delegate as much as possible on the week of the wedding. Make sure you have trusted friends and supporters that you know that they will not fall your hand. So that's what I did. Like, I had a list of things and I delegated everything. Like, obviously I had done everything. Like, I had paid for the hotel and everything. It was just for Harry to assign people to rooms and to be like the welcome person and stuff. Then I was like, Irene, you're in charge of my accessories. She knows, she lives in Uyo, so she knows where I can go to get the accessories, what kind of accessories I need. Give people jobs that they can actually handle. Don't go and give maybe one of your friends that is very disorganized and put her in charge of logistics. You will just cry severe tears. So if it's possible, have someone coordinate on the actual day of the wedding. That is, I feel like my sister did this, even though I had a coordinator for on that day. But I feel like my sister did a lot more work. So have somebody coordinate the wedding on that day, so that she can be like the point man between vendors, and she knows what you want, how you want the wedding to go, yada yada yada. And then another one is, I was going to say have a to-do list, but having a budget also works. So one thing I did was I dropped a budget, and then I put all the vendors' names and all the things we're going to need for the wedding, how much we had paid them and how much was left. So by that was kind of my to-do list. By that list, I was ticking off everything. Okay, bridal makeup paid for, bridal hair paid for, groom's outfit. Do you understand? So I was thinking that was like my to-do list. So if you're not gonna have a to-do list, have a budget, and it can double as your to-do list. Oh yeah, one tip I used: don't pay all your vendors fully until like the week of the wedding, because in case of any disappointment, you won't have to start sourcing for new heavy bulk money to pay another person. So don't pay all your vendors fully. Me, I held everybody's maybe like 10k, 15k, 25k, 50k. I held people's money so that they will not come tomorrow and say, oh sorry, I can't make it, or maybe they do a very poor job that you're expecting. You can be like, I'm not paying you your deposit, but only do this if it's necessary, please and please. So yeah, I hope that these tips are gonna help somebody out there. I don't know who this is for. This is not a wedding channel. We don't talk about weddings on this channel anyways. I just did this video because somebody asked how I actually, not somebody, like somebody commented on IG on our YouTube video on our couples channel, and then people actually messaged me, people I know real life on WhatsApp, like, oh, they are waiting for the tips. And I was like, oh, you guys are actually waiting for a video on how to. I didn't think I was going to need to do this video, but I was just like, if somebody is asking for it, I might as well do it. So that is how you plan a wedding in 4 weeks. You know, your wedding doesn't need to be a carnival or a concert. See, it wasn't a 20 people wedding and it was still planned in 4 weeks. It was a small big wedding. It was like a 150 people wedding, but we still planned it in 4 weeks. So don't let anybody tell you can't do it. You can do it. And I hope these tips help you. Share to your friends that are planning their weddings, and their sisters and their cousins and their groomsmen and everybody you know. Like this video, please. Like, you people don't always like my video. Like this video, is important. Like the video. Share this video to your friends. Comment, subscribe, hit the subscribe button below. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.